Hello everybody, this is Andrew Earthrise and I welcome you to another video on my channel. Today I will be talking about the Haitian Cajuns. Cajuns have ancestry from Acadia, an old French colony in Canadian provinces of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. 200 years ago, the British deported all of the Acadians in Nova Scotia. They sent all of these people down to the coastline. They had little boats for them, and they shipped them to the English colonies, New England colonies, the Commonwealth of Virginia, other English colonies inside of the Americas. They shipped them to France, they shipped them to Britain. They also shipped them to some of the French colonies. The major French colony that they sent Acadians to was Saint Domingue, and Saint Domingue today is called Haiti. And the Acadians, they arrived in the north of Saint Domingue in a place that we call today the department of Môle Saint Nicolas. And they built a town called Bombardopolis, and they built other towns in the department of Môle Saint Nicolas. Generations of Acadians were living there in Saint Domingue and Bombardopolis, and they mixed with the local people. They became Saint Dominican Creoles. These Cajuns, they stopped speaking their Acadian dialect French, and they spoke Saint Dominican Creole. And Saint Dominican Creole is an older variety of Haitian Creole. The Cajuns that went to the north of Saint Domingue in the department of Môle Saint Nicolas, they assimilated into the Saint Dominican culture. They took wives, they built towns, and they worked for Creole households, Creole farms, as what we call in Saint Dominican French, petit blanchet. And a petit blanchet means little blanket. These are people that you contract long term to work in your fields. Most of the Acadians who came down to the north of Saint Domingue, they were from the small Acadian town, Petit Kodiak. They maintained their Acadian traditions, but over time, the politics of the French Revolution caused the Haitian Revolution in Saint Domingue. Many of those Acadian Saint Dominican Creole families, they left Saint Domingue, they left Bombardopolis, they left the north, and they went to Louisiana to join the rest of the Acadians. But these people, they spoke Saint Dominican Creole. They moved to Louisiana's Cajun country, particularly to Opelousas, Saint Jean-Baptiste, Atacapa, and Bayou La Fourche. They continued to speak only their Creole French, although they were Acadians themselves. They were Cajuns. While a lot of Acadian families left during the start of the French Revolution in the colony of Saint Domingue, many Cajun Creoles, many of the Saint Dominican Cajuns, they decided to stay in Saint Domingue because at that time, Toussaint Louverture, he promised that all people on the Isle of Saint Domingue would be treated fairly after the end of the French Revolution. There would not be a cause for fear. There would not be a cause for bloodshed. And for the time that Toussaint Louverture ruled Saint Domingue, he was the governor of Saint Domingue. He ran the island like a country, which caused France, the mother country, to become angry. And France was ruled by Napoleon at the time. France wanted it to be ruled still as a colony. And so Napoleon sent an expedition of people to go down and to remove Toussaint Louverture. Now, Toussaint Louverture, he was a very democratically minded leader. He followed the same ideals as the American Revolution. He said that all people should be treated equal, that the independent country should be for all Saint Dominicans, whether they be white, black, mixed race, or Native American. They should all be treated equally. He believed that as a democratically minded leader. Unfortunately, he was removed from power as governor, and he was deported to France. One of his generals, This was Jean-Jacques Dessalines. He came into power. And Jean-Jacques Dessalines, he was not a democratically minded ruler. He had a lot of pent-up rage. He was originally a slave. Toussaint Louverture was originally a slave, but he had gained freedom, and indeed he became a slaveholder himself. And so Toussaint Louverture was able to understand both worlds of the society of Saint Domingue, while Jean-Jacques Dessalines, he came from the point of view of we're all victims and that we deserve our revenge. And so after Toussaint Louverture was removed from power as governor, Jean-Jacques Dessalines took power, and there was a war for 2 years, in 1802 to 1804. This is the true Haitian Revolution, and Jean-Jacques Dessalines won. After that, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, he installed himself as emperor of Haiti, and he ruled as a tyrant, and he threw out all of the preclusions that Toussaint Louverture wanted. He said we need to eradicate the white population of Saint Domingue. The Saint Dominicans that were white on the island, they were mostly just normal people. These were people that worked on farms. These were middle class or lower class people who didn't have money to get off the island, or people that just wanted to live on the island. They loved their home. Jean-Jacques Dessalines, he started a campaign to eradicate all of the white people because he had ideas in his mind that he wanted to start his own new Caribbean empire. He renamed the country Haiti. He said, this country now is for only blacks and Indians. And Jean-Jacques Dessalines made Haiti as a new kingdom, or his new empire. He used forced labor to restart the economy, and he used that money to build palaces for himself. When he made the decree to eradicate all whites on the island of Saint Domingue, the towns weren't following through. So Jean-Jacques Dessalines went on a campaign through all of Haiti, and he ensured that all the white people in every town were eliminated. And he started out with demanding that the people of mixed race do it, because he said these people, they have something in common with the white people. And so he wanted to make sure that they were under his side. And many times the mixed race people would not follow through. So he would have his personal guard eliminate the people. And this happened all through the new kingdom of Haiti. And even in Bombardopolis in the north, the Acadian population remained there. And you could find them many, many years after that beginning brutal period. You could find them in Bombardopolis and other towns in the north of the Haitian department of Môle Saint Nicolas. You could find Haitian Cajuns all the way until the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century still maintain their traditions. I thank you, everybody, for following my video, and I wish you a wonderful day.